Welcome to Beyond Transcendence with Andrew. I'm your host, Andrew Wilson. On today's show, I have Felix Poyel. Felix Poyel's story is one of heartbreaking yet inspiring. He has overcome addiction, dealing with Tourette syndrome, having ADHD, dealing with the loss of his father, and using his loss to create something beautiful by creating a YouTube channel, a podcast, learning to how to be a great leader and finding himself more and more. Please welcome Felix Poyel.
Welcome to the show, Felix.
Woo! I'm happy to be here. Nice
Nice.
to have me here. Yeah.
Grateful to have you on the show. So tell me about your spiritual journey. What brought you spirituality?
Ooh, that's a long stories. However, I try to make it short, and I want to start some years back, and there's also a thing again. What is time anyway, right? So I question it everything. I question everything, by the way, but when we live now in this three-dimensional realm, right? And just with this views from us humans, when we go back in time some years ago, I had it really difficult in my past related to other people from Germany where I lived. So I was growing up in Germany. And my past was always difficult with my parents, for example. They was getting separated when I was 3 years young, and my mom had different boyfriends. With some boyfriends, I had really big conflicts, let's say like that. And yeah, it was always difficult also with my dad. He was alcoholic, for example, but he never hit me, so he just had his own problems, right, to deal with. And he was dying when I was 14 years young on Christmas 24th, in the night to the 24th. And then the next Christmas days was really not enjoyable for me because I was in much pain, right? So, and also I struggled really much with ADHD and with Tourette syndrome, and I simply was different. And because of that, I was also getting bullied in school, maybe also because of some other reasons. I'm not sure. However, there was always big difficulties, and back then, as we both know, as maybe also our listeners knows, this school system is not the best, and this primary school system, right? And since the day we grow up, we get so much conditioned how the world looks like and what we are capable of, right? What we can do, what we can do with our life. It's just certain conditions, but that's a really, really deep topic where we could talk hours, days, months about it. Really, we could talk forever about it, right? So anyway, I felt back then already there needs to be so much more to life. And back then I already felt, this magic in life, and that there needs to be something more. And when I was growing up, then after my school time, I made I tried different things and so, but as you also know, they just want you to know what you make after school, right? But the funny part on that is that you don't learn in school how to get to know yourself much better on a deeper level, on the core level, on a soul level. And by the way, everything is connected: mind, body, soul. This I teach always. Doesn't matter if it's YouTube channel, coaching, or guidance program, whatever. All the time when I talk with people, it's just such a blessing to be here in this human form. Although, anyway, to come to a point here when my spiritual journey really started. This was after a while when I delved deeper into this whole self-improvement, personal development scene. Back then, 5.5 years ago or something like that, I started my journey with a network marketing, and it was a nice concept. And there I saw the first time in my life, oh, there's so much more in this life. There's actually also education, that is really interesting. Damn, and it can be interesting to read books, because I didn't want to read anything anymore after school, because we just had to read something that we are not interested about. We have to write fucking tests, or we just have to make something what we are not interested about, right? We give zero fucks about it, but we need to make it. That's how the school is programming you to don't question anything and don't think for yourself, right? And I'm so happy, I'm so grateful that I started on this journey back then. And within all the years, I changed myself radically. Also was overcoming several addictions, not only one addiction, and also depression, and a lot of other things really transformed myself, that I'm there where I am today. And yeah, within that years, I was just diving deeper and deeper into spirituality, and find so much out about myself, about the world, how the world works, and realized that the investment in ourselves is the best investment we can do.
And what are some of the lessons you've learned on your spiritual journey?
Some lessons I learned. I guess there are a lot of lessons, right? And you also need maybe some time to think deeper about it, what all the lessons was now. However, when I just need to go a bit within myself and really tune in what was best lessons. That everything we seek, we are not just our body. We are not just our avatar we play here in this human game, in this matrix. We are not just that. Fuck no. We are so much more. So much more. Oh my gosh, and that we live, that we yeah, that we live a lie, principally. It's we human beings are so much more deeper as we think we are, and damn, we are so much more powerful as we think we are. So a really powerful lesson is, that I'm not just that avatar, that Felix, 29-year-old, young, whatever. It depends on how you see it. However, anyway, it's not just that. And when we come out of that a bit more and realize that we are all one and we are also all connected, but also in the same time, we are all individuals in a certain way, and that we live in a world that is so paradox and everything exists in the same time. It's just mind-blowing. And also that the Western world, how this Western world is built, on so much conditioning, that you always think so much, you in general you think so much, but also then that you are so much more left brain sided, this world in you need to work hard to become something, not that you are already something, right? That everything is already in you. for sure, it takes practice, and you always get better within the process. However, that we need to come more in tune with our higher selves, and this doesn't work when we consistently are in our left brain. It's just it don't work, right? We need to come more in our right brain, and the emotional side, and find also more to our heart, find more the connection to our soul and mind and body. And within that process, it's so powerful. It's much more powerful than our ego thinks, because our ego identity, and I define there an unhealthy ego and a healthy ego. And yeah, there's also a powerful lesson with self-development, the self-improvement scene, and the spirituality. I want to create a gap there, a bridge, because everything is connected. And within the self-improvement scene, it's always like me, I, and we need to come a bit out of that and realize that when we connect with the higher power, with the divine, and truly living here in the here and the now, and coming more in this acceptance and surrender and letting go of one's situation, we also manifest greater things in our lives. But again, it's a process, and we need patience, and we just can't give up. We just need to keep moving, right? We just need to keep moving to a better version of ourselves, to create a holistically better life for ourselves. Yeah, I know this was maybe now a bit much, and also maybe a bit chaotic, but yeah, it's just what was coming in now.
It's what you channeled, right? So that's beautiful. I love that
Right,
energy. That energy
right.
was like right there. It was out. It was what you were told, and that's where we are
Yeah,
energetically connected. And that's what I love about spirituality. And I love your energy. And I love that you gave such a detailed information for the audience to hear, because the audience can
yeah,
understand how they can channel their inner selves and their
right.
way to heal their inner child, their way to heal that trauma, their addictions, their problems, any form of obstacle that's going to stop them from connecting with their higher self. So that's awesome, Felix. And thank you for that wonderful lesson.
Yeah. Thank you too.
Yeah,
It's always nice to talk to you.
totally.
Yeah, it's always about the energy, right? It's always about the energy. You can feel it. You can simply feel it when you talk to someone. When we talked last time to each other and wasn't recording, it just was a wonderful conversation, and you just feel that the energy, you can feel it if it feels good. And
Absolutely.
sometimes we also need to learn to say no, right? When it don't feel good. But this is the proof, that everything in this world is energy. And with time we raise our consciousness, we can just feel more. And with time we also, when we develop our chakras, also our 7 chakras, right? We just feel we get more powerful beings. We get more and more powerful, and this power we can use for the good, because there's enough dark in the world here, enough dark forces in the world, and we can use it to create a better life for ourselves, but also then for others, right? For our environment, for our family, friends, when we have coaching guidance, or simply just when we have a YouTube channel, podcast, or when you're writing a book or whatever. We can transform the world together. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
so, yeah.
That's good. I like it. I like your lesson. That was very informative, and it's it's good to see that you've overcome so much because of your spiritual journey. And I'm so proud of you, man. Like, that's awesome. Like, for you to like overcome all that and just be on the other side of it, that's wonderful. That's so wicked. So what abilities and gifts can you share that the audience can channel? What can they tune into? What do they need to do to allow themselves to experience your wonderful energy, your wonderful abilities to just close your eyes and just have that moment, clarity and joy and prosperity and love, all of those
Yeah.
wonderful feelings? What can a person do that's having such a profoundly terrible day? What can they do to help them with
Yeah.
that profoundly terrible day?
Yeah. I could say now, do meditation, do some breath work, whatever. However, there are a lot of things we learn. There are really a lot of things we learn within our life, and everyone has an individual path to take. I truly believe it's not only the tasks you take each day. For sure, definitely it is. Yeah. It is important that you just meditate or make some breath work or make a mix like I do. Often I just make a mix with breath work and meditation to find myself more each day again and again and again, and to be more grounded again, and then also within the same time just become a better energy, right? It's yeah, it's definitely, it's really important. However, it's also really important to just listen to a podcast like that, right? To develop yourself, to listen to other perspectives, to gain other insights, to learn more, be open-minded, invest in yourself each day, and look what you can implement from that knowledge you gain, because this creates wisdom again. This implemented knowledge creates wisdom, and this wisdom you can use then in your life, right? So in the same time, I also truly believe that too much information every day is also not good. We need to find the balance between everything, right? For example, we need to, when we are creators now, and I believe everyone is a creator in a certain degree with different things they create. So I truly believe that we need to find the balance between this whole information world. We get bombed each day with informations. It's incredible how much information. And yes, I also love to listen to podcasts like that, or reading books, just I would say being addicted to getting knowledge. So it can be a good thing, yes, when you use it right, in the right way. So getting knowledge and doing, right? Do the right action with the right intention when you tune more into yourself. So meditation, breath work, etc. It can be also going in the gym. I was also, before we recorded, I was also in the gym just to raise my frequency and feel good, and for sure also to build my body. I see everything in a holistic approach. Yeah, that's something that is really, really important to raise your frequency. Yeah, and it's just the daily tasks. It's every small thing in your day, what you do, what you change. It's every small thing, and often it's also the basics. Just sticking to the basics. So much really successful people say the same. Stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. Be consistent with the basics, right? And within the process, getting a better version of yourself. And yeah, really learning. Because again, we don't teach this in school. No one teaches us this in school. We need to learn all of that ourselves again, to listen on our body, to feel our body, to get to know ourselves much more, especially what's going on within our mind. What's really going on up there? Because also our mind is so powerful. What we think daily, it's so important. Also getting much more in contact with our soul, and this you can do with certain activities, or just in general. It's just everything is so important, it's I find it always again difficult to just say, just meditate, do cold showers, go in the gym, make that and that. It's really depend on every small detail what you do daily.
That's fair. So what's your goal in the next 3 years? What are you hoping to achieve for a goal?
That's also a really good question. Yeah, I mean, first of all, let me put it differently. Goals are really important, that we set ourselves goals, right? Because we want to know where we drive, right? Or fly, or when we are on the boat, we want to know, right, where we're going. We want to have a destination. So that's really important. Also, in the same time, what I realized for myself is to don't make ourselves too much pressure. And this is the thing what we see in this whole self-improvement scene really much, that like this, I don't know, like this David Goggins style, or just other people like that, who promote this lifestyle to, you need to push so hard, you need to push, and you need to work hard, that you that you become a better version of yourself, and that you achieve your goals. Yeah, that's all. That's also, it's also good, in one way. But when we live in this one extreme, and I say this now with a reason, because of my goals, because I made it in the past not so good, because I was living after that. But then eventually I realized, when you try too much, you don't really necessarily achieve it. It's like you try too much to catch a cat, right? No, just actually more like come in this flow from just make it, and tuning into your higher self. What would your higher self do now in this exact moment? Because this exact moment is the only moment that exists, right? And just having then these goals, but asking yourself, what do I need to do? Or more also, who I need to become to achieve that goal in the outside there somewhere. So for me personally, I don't make myself anymore too much pressure to achieve these goals there in the outside. I know who I want to become, and also what do I want to achieve. I believe it's more about surrender and letting go to the process, because the divine knows better what you need than yourself, when this makes sense a bit. So anyway, when I need to give a bit more of a clearer answer, it's more like I want to write a book, yes, and I want to change thousands of lives. Also, especially within my coaching guidance program, where I teach holistic awareness, and also there's also the side effect that people conquer their addiction, etc., etc., and healing holistically. And also, I have a really big project, but this is more the huge project. So the really big project. After that, or not after that, but online stuff, but it's more like a offline project. I just say men's circle and retreats. So yes, then you know in which direction it goes. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. And I love your insight on like setting a goal too, because it was like you were coming from a soul perspective. So it was like you were allowing the inner you to basically speak for you. And it was wonderful to hear that, because we don't speak for ourselves. We let others speak for us. So I'm
Yeah.
so thankful and grateful for that knowledge and wisdom that you provided. And I loved having you on my show, and I'm so thankful for having you here, Felix. So I hope you have
Me too.
a wonderful rest of your day, my friend, and much love to you, brother.
Yeah, much love to you too, and much love to all the listeners, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, we are grateful, we are thankful that you are here when you listened until the end now. And also, yeah, really thankful to meet you, Andrew. And yeah, I'm really excited on the times what are coming
Definitely.
also.
Me
And for
too,
the
brother.
time right now, because
Yeah,
only that now exists, right?
absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
my friend. Will you take care?
And that's our show for today. I hope you can understand the message that Felix brought to you today about just trusting in your inner self and allowing yourself to surrender to your mind and let your mind do all the thinking and processing for you. Allowing yourself to be one with your spiritual nature and allowing yourself to just let go of all that negative energy and turn it into something beautiful like love and compassion. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed the show today. Once again, I leave my email. Love to hear some feedback. If not feedback, I'd love to just hear from all of you. I just want to interact with the people listening to my show. I want to know who you are. I want to know how this show is making a difference in your life. And I love each and every one of you. And if you want to, you can definitely leave a review on Spotify or like YouTube or Apple Podcasts, or you can check out the YouTube channel and tell me what you think of that and see what story or what interview resonates with you, and tell me what resonated with you. Tell me how it brought you happiness. Tell me how it brought you joy. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to connect with each and every one of you. I'm so thankful for all you. I'm grateful for all you. I continue to bless each and every one of you for listening to my show, because you are the reason that the show goes on. Because not only am I doing this for myself, but I'm doing it for you, because whoever's not having a good day will listen to this show. Let's see if it brings you up some joy. Let's see if it brings you clarity. Let's see if it brings prosperity. Let's see if it brings you any of that. And if it does, awesome. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping you get something out of this. But much love to all of you, and thank you for listening. Bye for now.